Hi, how's everyone doing today? I'm Courtney. I'm a gorilla keeper here at Zoo Atlanta, and I'll be giving you a little bit of a talk about what we call one of our bachelor groups, and feeding them. So, this is what we call a bachelor group. Does anyone know why we call it that? All males, exactly. So there's no females in here, just a bunch of dudes hanging out. And I'll introduce them to you real quick. Up here, to your left is Studija. He is 27. Oh, actually, he just turned 28 yesterday. Well, happy birthday, Studija. And then down here, to your right is Charlie. He is 22, going on 23 next month. And then all the way up there is Tekla. He just turned 30 in March. So this isn't typically how you kind of group with gorillas in the wild. Usually you'd see what we have in our habitat 3, which is that one silverback male, however many girlfriends he has, and then all of their offspring. Thanks for the show, Charlie. In our family group, we have one silverback Taz, and he has 4 girlfriends, and then there are 4 kids in there. No. So usually groups like this, like bachelor groups, are formed in the wild when a young male is kicked out of their family group. So between the ages of around 8 to 12 is when a young male becomes a little too curious about things, a little too, he's trying to figure out his maturity, is the way I'm trying to put it. The females usually get fed up with him first, but it's ultimately up to the silverback to decide when that young male needs to leave the group. And so when they're kicked out of their family groups, they either decide to start their own family group if there's enough females in the area and they can get a girlfriend. If not, they typically make groups like this because these guys are really social animals. They really want to be with other individuals of the same species. They depend on that. There's safety in numbers for that way. But sometimes, every once in a while, you will have an adult male that is solitary and chooses to live alone. Most of the time, though, you will see groups like this, unless they have a family group. So these boys are actually a bachelor group because the way that all of this is decided in a zoological setting, so through the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, there's a committee that looks at all of the genetics for the gorillas in the country. So for all the zoos that are AZA accredited, they look at the genetics for all the gorillas and decide who's going to start breeding, who needs a family group, who needs to go into a bachelor group, and needs to be kicked out of their family group. And that's all called the Species Survival Plan. So we call it SSP for short, but that's the way it's decided in a zoological setting to help make sure that there is a population variation between all of our gorillas in our zoos across the country. And these 3 boys actually are not recommended to they are all Ozzy's sons, so these guys are all half-brothers. Their dad is Ozzy in Habitat 2, and he's had 9 other kids besides these 3. So he's really well represented in the population, which means that none of his kids really, maybe some of the females, but none of them really are going to be recommended to breed, just because his genetics are so seen in the population. But these things change all the time. There's constantly different things happening. So who knows, maybe one of these will be recommended to breed, but for the time being, they are really well developed in their group together. They are half-brothers, so just like any other family group, they're going to bicker, they're going to fight, they're going to, taunt each other every now and then, but these guys love hanging out together and love being together.
Oh, you almost got that one. You get it when it comes back.
So, just like in a family group, in a family group, there is a hierarchy between all of the individuals. So, in a family group, the leader, the alpha, is going to be the silverback, and then underneath him, all the females actually have their own hierarchy. Usually the dominant female is decided based on who has the youngest offspring. She's going to be a little more dominant because she wants to be closest to the food source. She's got a young, new baby that needs to have all the nutrients in the world. So she's going to be more dominant, and then after that, all the others will go down the line, and it's all based on who's related to who. But just like that, these guys all have a hierarchy as well. And we'll talk about their size a little bit before we get into this, because a lot of people think that size has to do with their dominancy. Studija right here is right at 70. Tekla up top is around the same, right around 375 or so. And Charlie here is our largest gorilla. Silverbacks typically weigh anywhere between 375 pounds to about 420. Does anyone want to guess how much Charlie might weigh? 420, is that what I heard? 400? Any other guesses? No? 430, I heard that. He's actually right at 414 pounds. At his largest though, he has weighed up to 422. So, who do you guys think is the most dominant in this group, just by watching them throughout me talking? This one? Raise your hand if you think it's Fatty is most dominant. Okay. Charlie? And Tekla? Okay. Fatty actually the most dominant in this group. Why do you guys think that is? Because I fed him first. That's a very good observation. Any other reasons?
Who is it?
No? No other guesses? Because he's the closest to me? Yeah, definitely. Those are really good observations. Charlie was a little closer to me. And that's just because he likes to show off a lot. He is the youngest one of the group. He developed silverback and knows his place and everything, but he does like to show off a little bit. He keeps Tekla around a little bit. And that's really just to say, like, I'm big and bad and tough, and I can push you around just because I'm big and bad and tough. He thinks it's cool, we don't because I know, Studija. Yeah, so Studija is the most dominant, Tekla's actually least dominant. That's not why I'm not feeding him right now. So, if I'm not the best thrower in the world, if I were to try and throw it up to Tekla right now and it didn't quite hit, these two would run him off and steal food from him. I want to make sure that Tekla gets everything that he needs. So I have an extra bag of food for him. So at the end of the talk, these guys will know to go away. That they're done getting their food, and Tekla will calm them down while they're walking away. You'll get to see him a little bit closer at the end of the talk.
There, you see him moving?
So, another note. Does anyone know how gorillas communicate? No? Feeding their chest? Yeah? Any other? How do you guys think they communicate? No? Okay. So they do use vocalizations. You guys heard Studija a second ago use one vocalization. I'll ask him to do it again in a second. But they have about 25 different vocalizations they will use to communicate different things to each other. But the main way that these guys communicate with each other is body language. So I'm going to ask Studija real quick if he can say hello. There you go. You already do. Good boy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He did like a low grumble sound. You can hear it in the speakers we have around the habitats too. That's what we call a happy grumble. Doesn't necessarily. It just means that he's content, not necessarily happy, but he is content. And usually they make that sound when they see us coming with a black bucket. So yes, when food is involved.
Oh my God.
So what's the most stereotypical behavior you guys think of gorillas doing? Someone said it earlier. Yeah? Beating their chests, I heard it. Yeah, so beating their chests. Charlie actually likes to show off his chest beat. Charlie, can you beat your chest? Oh, good. So smart. So they usually do a chest beat like that when they're putting on a display. They're trying to tell someone else something. Usually they're putting on a display that is a threat to their family group or their troop like this. And they'll put on a display to scare off whatever that threat is. Usually what they do first is they'll make themselves look really big, mean, and tough. So they'll stand really tall, they'll put a mean face on, they'll puff out their fur, make themselves look a little bit bigger than they are. And then if that doesn't scare them, then they'll do what we call a drive-by. And so they'll kind of run out to whatever the threat is, and they'll get that chest beat. If you guys noticed, Charlie actually did it with open palms. Usually we see it done in movies and stuff with a closed fist. Well, doing it with that open palm makes a really loud popping noise, and that's hopefully what's going to scare off the threat, is that loud popping noise. And you can't really get that noise when you do it with a closed fist. It just kind of makes a pounding sound. Good catch, bud. Last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is just that all subspecies are critically endangered. Does anyone know why these guys are critically endangered? The forest? I hear forest. Trees? So yeah, I mean, I think you guys are trying to get at habitat loss, right? Yes, okay, sorry. Yeah, so habitat loss is one of the main reasons. Does anyone know any other reasons? Because there are several different reasons why these guys are endangered. Poaching, yes. Good job. Yeah, so that's another main reason. But the main thing we are looking at right now is habitat loss. And a really exciting this year is that actually one of the 4 subspecies, the mountain gorilla, has been reclassified to endangered rather than critically endangered, which is a great step in the right direction. And that's all because of people like you who come out here and they learn about these guys, and then they do something to try and help. And here in Atlanta, we actually are the headquarters for Diane Fossey Gorilla Fund International, which does a lot of conservation work with mountain gorillas in the wild. And it's one of the only great apes to have numbers increasing rather than just staying the same or going down. So it's a really awesome thing that we're doing here. So I know nowadays everyone pretty much has a cell phone or an iPad, iPod camera, any small device like that. There's a mineral in all of our small devices called coltan, and it actually is the mineral that keeps your device from overheating. And it's found in their natural habitats, so that's what's causing that habitat loss. There's one really easy way to make an impact on that and help these gorillas out, because that's what we want to do. We want to see all their numbers increase, right? Yes, good job. You can recycle all of those small devices. Here at Zoo Atlanta, you can actually recycle all of your, all of your cell phones with our EcoCell Drive. If you're coming to the zoo the day that you want to drop off your cell phone, we have a bin in the Willie D Conservation Center. If you just want to drop off your cell phones and not come into the zoo, you can meet them with the front gate and they'll recycle them for you. It's just a really easy way to make sure we're helping these guys out and see those numbers increase a little bit more. But yeah, so thank you so much for letting me talk with you guys today.